Hello and welcome to teamfortress.tv. This is the Team Fortress TV 2. I'm obliged to tell you that if you are looking for this, I think it was the match versus, was it Tony's Tigers versus Danger Dogs?
Yeah, that's the one, Tony's Tigers versus Danger Dogs.
Yeah,
that's not here though.
Yeah, if you're looking for that match, that is over on Team Fortress TV, but we thought we could quickly start as early as possible, try and steal as many viewers as possible. Hopefully our plan will work. But if you have tuned in, this is Lego versus Wonderland. A nice little story in its own right. This is coverage of our ETF2L Season 21 powered by TTE Sports. And our maps tonight are going to be Gully Wash and Viaduct.
Yeah, I noticed that they actually just switched over to Viaduct, so they might be playing that map first. But should we give them a bit of a backstory first and tell them why they should be watching this map and not ZZ versus Danger Dogs?
Yeah, well, they're going to be... Oh, wait, before we do anything, I need to introduce who everyone is, Sideshow.
Go ahead.
Yeah, on the cast tonight is me, TurboTabs, joined by Sideshow, or more like I'm joining Sideshow. But tonight we've also got the premiere debut of ondkaja on production/camera. Ooh.
There we go, spicy stuff. So if you are tuning into TFTV2, then stick around because we have got a blazer of a match for you tonight. These guys have faced each other in the Premiership playoffs as well, and Wonderland actually came out on top despite everybody's predictions. Lego have been in the previous season, season 20, and came last place, and they were fighting for a position in the Premiership, but actually lost out to the team they're facing again tonight, Wonderland, who in a bit of a shock result actually stole the Premiership spot. In the end, Lego were allowed back into Prem because one of the Russian teams folded, but that's a bit by the by. They really want revenge here, Lego, and I think with a little bit of instability in the Wonderland roster, they may have found the perfect opportunity, TurboTabs.
Yeah, I think this is probably, between these two teams, these teams have the biggest story to tell out of all the players. I mean, all the teams in Invite this season, because they have that direct rivalry from just facing off in that playoff, like you said. So I think there's going to be major salt battles between whatever the result of this will be, and it's supposed to be very, very close. So...
yeah, it's going to be a ridiculously close game between these two teams. I can't tell you who's going to win. I couldn't even begin to predict. I have been in a flat myself. As I've heard all of the roster changes going on, I don't know who to back, to be perfectly honest. I think Saloon.tf has chosen Lego as the underdogs in this encounter. They've the majority of people have put the bets on Wonderland to win this, Gully Wash and Viaduct, but I think that's possibly just because they've looked back at the previous encounter they had in the Premiership playoff where Wonderland came out on top. But there's been a few changes to the roster since then, TurboTabs.
Yeah, exactly. Let's have a look at the exact changes for both teams, and I think really for Lego there hasn't been a change whatsoever. I think it's just been the exact same lineup, maybe even in the qualifier that they were playing with. But I guess the real changes are on the Wonderland squad, where they've accepted Solentes on the Merc from Lego, so they'll have Solentes, but he's not playing Scout this time, as he did like a couple of weeks back, Sideshow. He's actually playing Pocket. Yeah,
he's playing his main class, so he is playing Soldier for this. He's going to be playing Pocket. In my opinion, an upgrade from Wanzu, but I don't know how he's going to mesh with the team, and it may be that he just requires all of the heals and they end up just, it being an incredibly stats-heavy game for Solentes, but the team's suffering as a result. I have no idea, to be perfectly honest. I don't think they even played with him in the PCWs just now, although I could be wrong about that. I didn't pay attention to them too much, because I was actually looking at their second Merc/sub for this official, which is Pomo, which is definitely going to be his Premiership debut here. Not many people are going to have heard of Pomo. I only know him as Cam. Yeah, I think he changes his name around a lot. I think he is a friend of Penny Farming's. They were originally going to be playing with Gore, the guy who did really well in the Scout 1v1 Cup. I'm not sure why they're not playing with him, as I think he would be the better choice over Pomo, but they've decided to go with this guy. I think Lupus was the one who recommended him. And so if he's happy with the Scout partnership, then I guess good for them.
It does kind of make you wonder, though, if something's got the Lupus seal of quality, it kind of call into question of what that quality might be. But Lupus
9 for 27 for both of these scouts.
Lupus has been having a very difficult season in the past couple of weeks, so we'll see how his performance will play tonight. But I would say, if there's a match that he can turn himself, like the time to turn himself on and come online, learn his lessons, come back to that revelation, it should be tonight. And it'll have the greatest effect, what with them being equals and whatnot.
Yeah, it's going to be a bit of an odd matchup because the Silentes Merc, I would say, is a definite upgrade. The Pomo Merc is a bit of a downgrade, even if you're going to compare him to someone like Quad, who was incredibly rusty and didn't perform at all during the playoffs. I think he's still a downgrade on that, and if you compare the two scout combos here of Lupus and Pomo against Hellberg Seppu, you've got to give the advantage quite firmly in favour of the LEGO scouts here, and I'm not sure whether the rest of the players on Wonderland can really make up for that, especially on a map like Viaduct TurboTabs, where the scouts are the most important part.
Yeah, I was just about to bring into the maps. I think it would be down to the maps rather than the players themselves, just seeing who has the, I guess, the better way. They're actually asking if the casters are ready right in the game. That's a very strange way of asking if we're ready, but no idea, responds Phil. Anyway, yeah, I think it'll come down to the maps. Obviously, the predicted will go Viaduct to LEGO, but the Gully Wash matchup will go to Wonderland.
Interesting. So you're predicting a map apiece for both of these teams?
Yeah, I think they'll both walk away with just a draw.
Well, I think that might be a lucky escape for anybody who bet on Saloon TF. I think this is a completely unpredictable fixture, and they are going to be playing Gully Wash first, so I think if LEGO do well on Gully Wash, I'm definitely in favour of them taking the map on Viaduct. However, if we see a bit of a shutout here, which is totally possible. I mean, LEGO really have the more stable roster and they have a bit more team cohesion, but the way that they play TF2 is an odd style, and they don't really... they make a lot of mistakes, so if Wonderland manage to get a good grip on the game in Gully Wash, then they could well have a huge morale boost going into Viaduct as well, because as we know, some of these LEGO players get incredibly salty when they lose to teams they don't feel like they should do. I'm looking at Josh in particular, who just didn't communicate with any of his team in the second map of the Premiership playoffs after they lost the first map to Wonderland. I think he literally said 3 words all of the rest of the map, so...
maximum till.
Absolutely, the salt is strong with this one.
To add to the salt pile as well, LEGO have officially declined the interview, and they're providing their comms tonight, so...
Top salty. I can smell it from here. It's actually stinging my mouth. Can you feel? Can you taste that, TurboTabs?
I feel like I need some pepper to equal it out.
Yeah, goodness me. Well, I think they'll be going live pretty soon here, and we'll be going off on the first map, CP Gully Wash, of our fixture between LEGO and Wonderland. Should be starting fairly soon, as I say. Can I get a score prediction out of you on Gully Wash then? I know you said you were favouring LEGO for this.
Oh no, not LEGO.
Oh, sorry, Wonderland. Yeah.
Yes,
sorry,
Wonderland. I think it's going to be a wonderful map for them. And I'm going to go with 4-2.
4-2 the scoreline for you. I am going to predict a similar result, with Wonderland just scraping it by the skin of their teeth. But we have gone live, and I'm actually going to be watching Silentes to see how he performs on this first all TurboTabs.
If you're just joining us, this is our LEGO vs Wonderland coverage, ETF2L Season 21, powered by TT Esports, casted by TurboTabs, Sideshow, and ondkaja on the camera. And the first thing I see on mid is a big fat air shot, I think, coming out from Kuna there onto Hellberg. What a way to open off the game already. Hellberg even showing off some immediate salt from in the chat, and now you just see the rest of just Wonderland overpowering the mid. Seppu did manage to stay alive during that now, but what can he really achieve? Nothing, it seems, as he does get taken out.
Yeah, Koss went in for a big bomb there right at the beginning, and instantly took Dr. Phil out of the mid fight, and then Josh came up to pick off Graba as well. So the Ubers are equalized. It's equal Ubers for both teams here as they sit in between this mid and second. I'm not sure whether we're going to see a non-Uber push here out of Wonderland. They do have an opportunity, but Seppu's gone Spy actually. I think he's just checking to see whether they're both running the normal Medigun or the Kritzkrieg. He will have found out that both teams are running the Medigun. Oh no, actually I tell a lie. Graba is running the Kritzkrieg, so he will actually know that as well. That's clever play by Seppu. So they will have all the information they need here. I was completely bamboozled by that. I don't understand how they're building so slowly.
Yeah, you see, they actually are decided, probably based on that information, that they are holding close to this choke area. They've actually laid stickies directly on the ground to even like slow them down as much as possible. You see them trying to like create some space so they can actually get round this corner. And Kuna is actually in. Nobody's really supporting him. They just let him like pissing in the wind. It was actually Graba and got taken out at some point as well. I'm not sure what killed him though.
Yeah, Dr. Phil just went right in deep, and so did Crizzle. They played that excellently. They had the information they need. Oh, Beta down to 7 HP, but Koss cannot finish off the frag there. So Beta's going to have the Uber advantage again. What is Graba running is he decided to switch off. He has gone back to the normal Medigun now. So it's going to be a 20% Uber advantage in favor of Beta here as they come in through the choke point. Kuna deciding to give it up and go back, and that was such a nice play from Seppu to find out they were running Kritzkrieg that just won them that push.
Yeah, that was a lot of damage though coming out from that bomb from King of Squirrels. It does kind of make you wonder if they actually should have committed more players in and see if they could have just won like a fight based off on all that damage. It was like a good like 600 damage across the board, I would say.
And now they approach upper lobby. Lupus running a defensive sniper here, but no, there are off classes on the board for either team. And Koss peeking in here. Oh, Josh has gone down there. That's the Roma down, but here comes the Uber charge. Double scout Uber top right.
But they've lost two players.
With a pyro. Oh, they have to get the frags here if they want this to work. They've only managed to get the pocket. They're playing for the point instantly. Seppu and Hellberg gonna do a good job here if they can get the force out. They do manage it, but they've wiped everybody in exchange there. Oh, that's a bit of a car crash of a push. They really should have got more frags there, and they lost 2 players early on, as he said.
Yeah, they lost 2 players immediately during that push, but I'm not sure if what came first, those 2 picks or the Uber. So immediately that push was an absolute disaster zone. So they tried to cut the losses and just go straight for the point. Maybe they just can cheekily cap it out, but they actually did hop onto that point and blocked it in time, the Wonderland squad. And it was just Graba managed to get his Uber just in time. Maybe if the scouts focused the medic down before, instead of that scout on point, they could have actually killed him and won the fight just off the player advantage.
Here comes Hellberg on the sniper. He's peeking over a big door. Koss nearly got his head ripped off there, and Pomo as well. All peeking into the sniper sideline for literally no purpose. Like, they're just dancing with danger here, and Hellberg has missed a few opportunities to get a frag and open things up for his team. They do have a slight Uber disadvantage here. Graba has got his Uber charge now, and they're going to be peeking through this choke point. Hellberg is going to switch his attention over, and there goes the Uber charge. Salenta's leading it through, but he's not going to find any frags with this, and Beta's going to be able to come back in and block the point. They're coming back in from choke, but the Wonderland squad has actually gone balls deep on the big door here, and I'm not sure why Beta isn't replying with an Uber charge. They roped them into big door, they baited the overextension, but they didn't punish it. And this is classic Lego here. They're not taking advantage of an opportunity. Instead, they play passive, and now they have to have their own Uber charge in, where they're only going to catch out a few people. Actually, those frags on Koss and Lupus, they should never have been given to them. That's poor play by Wonderland, just allowing Lego to get away with what was a terribly sloppy push, and they're going to be able to take this in here. This is good from Lego to punish the fact that Wonderland is staying in with all of these things. I'm just watching Dr. Phil miss pipe after pipe. Reload your stickies, you Danish numpty.
Well, I guess we could just quote that as high Div 1 action. Not very Prem action, but high Div 1 action. It just seems like both teams are just doing drastic mistake after drastic mistake. Again, you mentioned the Lego not capitalizing on that thing, but then you just see obviously Graba kind of threw that off in the place because he was forced to Uber so early. Instead he could have just rotated around and like avoided that sniper, maybe went drop down or something. But in saying that, now they have actually pushed into last with their Uber. They're capping second out. They actually have taken out Crizzle, and they've got a good position on this last point. It's just Hellberg fighting off against 3 Wonderland players. He actually does take out Salentes. Josh is backing him up and taking out Pumo, and now you see Beta has actually popped off his Uber and is trying to deal with all these players left on the on the Wonderland squad. But
Crizzle's
come back in. Can he be the one to save the point? It's just Kuna now. Kuna and his magical pipes. He's willing to make the fight, but he does lose in the end. Rocket launchers are just so much easier to land than those pipes, Sideshow.
Yeah, there we go, and Beta kind of clutched it there for his team. He was able to pop off the Uber charge. Hellberg and him stood on the point and delayed it enough for Crizzle to spawn, and Wonderland just couldn't get onto Beta. They had such a long time to frag that medic before he got his Uber charge up, but they didn't do it. And here the fight happening outside. Crizzle takes down his the pocket from the other team here, and they have got control of the point actually. Pomo got taken down while he was trying to block, but wasn't backed up by the rest of the Wonderland squad here. So with 2 players down from Wonderland, this is an opportunity for Lego to take it in. They're going in through the big door. Seppu and Dr. Phil leading this push in, but it's just such passive positioning here from Wonderland. They don't want to use their spawns to block the point at all. Happy to give it up with a slight Uber advantage. Possibly going to push back in. I'm not sure what. Oh, it's a crits! It's a crits, and I nearly missed it. It's going to be on Kuna.
Big eyes on Kuna now. He goes in, he's launched the first stick, it misses, completely whiffs. He does actually pick up 2 kills, the soldier and the scout. And now let's see what other players he can pick up. Kuna does actually get taken out in the end by Seppu. It seemed like they did not see that coming at all, the Lego squad. They were in such a horrible position to actually fight against that crits, even though the first crit stick he did miss.
Beta dropped in big door when he's got so many people on him and he's on 10 HP. He just went to 99 and then 100 and then instantly dropped. But in that position, why are you not just holding down mouse 2?
Time has been added.
Ah, okay, Onkaja's just corrected me there. He got an Ubersaw and dropped quickly afterwards. So I'm giving Beta an unfair amount of criticism there.
Poor Beta.
Poor Beta. He tried his hardest, but the rest of the Lego squad just couldn't defend him.
In the end, it didn't matter. Alright, let's check out this last defense coming out from Lego now. They've actually opted to go with the engineer, and they've placed the sentry gun in quite an unusual spot, really. But Silentis doesn't see this happening at all. He actually gets nudged, but no, Silentis actually stayed alive during that and took out Hellberg from that. So that sentry gun was even worse, I guess. It was like a hindrance to Lego rather than a help.
And this is going to be a full wipe here if Seppu chases down Graba and gets a frag on him, which he certainly should there. Pomo, the only person left alive, has actually picked up a frag on Josh and is delaying the entirety of the Lego team. They just needed to leave one player, surely. Just leave Crizzle on last to watch out for him and push forward. They've managed to pick up the point, though, without any hindrance from the Wonderland team because they got such back spawns, but a full Uber advantage is going to mean that they have to get it popped out here.
We see Silentes hiding in the drop down. He has actually gone behind right now, up above in their second point, so they just always have that little headache in the back of their minds knowing that Silentes is going to come back and bite them in the ass at some point. They do cap out mid quite safely though. Now Silentis has given his position away by trying to spam rockets out, and he's still behind. I don't think they actually know he's there. He's just, now he's finally coming behind. Beto is pushing in from choke. They have no idea. They see the rocket coming out from Silentis behind, maybe still keeping tabs on him, and now it's King of Squirrel's turn to go for the medic now. He actually does get the force out, showing Silentis how it's done.
Yeah, they give up 3 players for that force though, and that means they have to lose mid and second point. For a Graba as well, getting taken down by a flanking Josh,
no.
And Dr. Phil's going to try and add on to that damage and get a pick, but everybody's kind of beaten up here on last. Crizzle's going in really deep though, just overextending from his heels. Seppu coming in 1 HP, gets the double kill.
King of Squirrels is cleaning up players. He's got 2 players, but there's nobody blocking the point apart from Kuna, who... Oh no!
And there it is, Lego pick up the first one on the back of Beta, just running in there, balls deep, and picks up a frag on Koss. Hellberg is going to switch to Spy just before they roll out here to try and check and see if they're running Kritzkrieg or not.
That was a real shame, because you could see Wonderland, like, things were working, they were getting the frags, but they just couldn't, like, block that point in time, I suppose. They did block it in the end, but the player just got taken out, and the second block just didn't come in time as well. And now we just launched into the second mid in this 19 minutes left on the clock, and what I see immediately is Lego just running over Wonderland right at the start of that mid there.
Silentes and Lupus both really weak, are going to have to back out of this mid-fight. Neither of them with their health to try and get onto Beta. Beta's going to have his uber charge here as they move through the choke point. All of them bunching up so that they don't get caught by anybody trying to get this uber charge out of them when they're in an unfavorable position. They're going to be able to pick up a second here, and this is just easy stuff for them as they move forward. Now all they have to think about is a forward sticky trap from Kuna, which I believe he's positioned on Riverside. Yep. Hiding out there with Kos. And they're going to be thinking about ways to attack.
It looks like they want to push from
point.
lower though. They've Ubered the scout in, followed up by the soldier and the demo man. They're just going out for all-out damage, bringing out the whole salad of players to see if they can just give out as much variety and damage as possible. And it seems to be working for the Lego squad, as they've just completely run over the rest of Wonderland on that right-hand position and then just darted straight towards the point.
And here we go, an early 2-0 lead for Lego. It's on the Wonderland squad to reply here. They were the underdogs and they are up 2-0 already on the map that we thought possibly would be their weaker one of the two. Lupus and Kos here going quite aggressive. They're choosing the right hand side here, Wonderland, to try and make some impact on Dr. Phil, but Dr. Phil is shutting them out easily here. Oh my god, the aggression from Josh and Hellberg, picking up so many frags. Only 2 players left alive. Kos getting a frag, but surely going to get taken out by Dr. Phil here in the little shithouse area. Yep, he goes down and it's a full wipe from Wonderland. Lego are looking really strong actually here.
Yeah, I think King of Squirrels just did not come online quick enough on that mid to show presence or make room or do any sort of like damaging, contributing factor to his team. So his team kind of just got minced, I suppose, after they just got the green light from Kos just being in that drop down, doing all sorts of shenanigans.
And Lupus is going to be on the defensive sniper. He's going to try and take out Beta before he pops here. If he makes, if he tries to act like a big man through the door and not pop off his uber charge, try and milk it for a few seconds, he could find himself getting sent to the spawn queue. But here we go, pops way early. 2 scout uber on the top right hand side. This didn't work out for them before, but they have got a frag this time. But the 2 counter frags come in once again, and this is not working out for Lego. This double scout uber, Dr. Phil and Beta coming in here. Graba gets his uber charge off. Only Beta left alive here, and he just suicides for the earlier spawn. But that double scout uber from the top right is not working at all for them, and I feel like the biggest problem with it is actually that they're losing frags in other places. Like the Wonderland defense is doing well to push out in other avenues that aren't being healed in order to get those frags on the people who aren't really expecting aggression onto them.
Yeah, and it doesn't help that once the scouts have been Ubered in and the rest of Wonderland just like rotate out into the resupply, the scouts don't know what to do. They just go straight onto point, but Kuna's got a big fat sticky trap on that point like he always does, and he just takes them out immediately. So you need to kind of organise what your scouts are doing if they're not killing somebody straight away out of position on that Wonderland squad.
Oh, Lego again tearing away here. They've got 3 frags, which is a big advantage. They're going to be pushing in even though Graba's getting close to his uber charge. Graba on 95% is getting pressured out at the choke point. They're going to get the spawns from Kuna and Silentes, forward spawns here before they can cap it off, Lego. But Palmo gets a back spawn and the Uber's going to be equal. So we'll see if Hellberg can break this stalemate.
I really wanted to see Wonderland push in there with their Uber advantage. I know it was a very scary situation with a 3-man disadvantage, but they have the respawners coming. If you can block that point and get that pick onto Beta, then maybe you can actually just fight on your side and count on your respawners to kind of come in and turn the fight. Just make use of that Uber advantage or what little advantage you have. But either way, it's worked out in the end. They've just decided to go with the Uber now. They've just gone straight in, but Beta replies with his own Uber now. But he's completely outnumbered. They just have to back out with everybody, and you actually see Phil launched up into the sky. He actually does crater in the end because he was taken down so low, and now Silentes is just walking in, just trying to do all sorts of damaging presence. But Josh, with his own massive presence, actually doing major damage to the Wonderland squad. But now you actually see Silentes shrugging that off and kind of keeping his team still in it. But in saying that, now you see the scouts and the soldiers trying to work together to take out, but you do see a healthy Lupus coming into. It's just like a trading card game. It just seems like to be going left, right, and centre.
Yeah, and the problem... Oh, there we go. A pipe from Dr. Phil actually ends all of that skirmish. Oh no, Kos is in. Kos is moving up top. They're just throwing players in one at a time here, seeing whether they get the better end of the deal.
It's just ring around the roses. It seems like one team has got the advantage, and then the other team comes in with their little play, and it just going back and forth, seesawing.
It's kind of stabilized a little bit here, and Lego are going to be trying to get frags over on that big door. Koss has actually gone down from his position up top behind them. Helberg gets that frag. So there's a pick for Lego to work with if they want to rotate some heals, try and get another, or try and get an easy entry into the mid. They definitely can. They're moving towards the choke point now, trying to get their healthy players in, but Wonderland have kind of predicted it, and they're going to be able to get a ton of damage down on this choke point from Kuna. The flank!
Yes, nobody was keeping tabs on that flank for the Wonderland squad, and now they just, Josh and the two scouts just seeped through from that door, and Josh just did a massive big bomb onto Graba and took him out, and now it's just kind of turned favour to, okay, well, strangely it's turned over to Wonderland. Okay, didn't see that coming.
Yeah, the aggression's forced the Uber out of beta here, and this is going to be bad news for Wonderland unless they... Lupus is delaying them for so long, but you just got to wonder what on earth
Look
Lego
at all
are doing.
that cap time, though. Oh, it's so tasty. I think Lupus just wanted to maybe just hang around, maybe he could get that cheeky cap off, but now...
Look at Koss as well. Koss is waiting in drop down. Krizzle actually peeks it, but didn't see him. And Koss actually sees the sticky. Yeah, Koss sees the stickies, and he's just going to... No, he's not backing off. He's going in, but Seppi with a nice pocket
scout. He had no
scout.
health. He had no license to make that jump. He was sitting on below 100 HP, and as a roamer, you really need to manage your health as your the most finite resource you have, especially when counting in these bombs.
Graba with a little bit of an Uber advantage here, but they're holding in a very passive position up top, waiting for Lego to push, but Lego have no intention of doing that. The passive Lego team is just going to sit here with both soldiers on the nipple, and Kuhn is pushing in from the big door. The crit Krieg instant drop from Beta. That crit, oh, and then the crit pipe air shot on Lego. Oh my lord. He switches the Kritzkrieg over to Silentes to catch out Seppu as well, but that was a big boy crits coming in there from Kuna.
That was like a sucker punch right in Beta's face. Oh man, that was disgusting because it just went right over the nipple, like you said, and it just didn't see it coming at all. It was perfect sticky, the perfect sticky.
That worked out incredibly well, and now they have a big crits advantage. The only silver lining here is that Lego knows they have the crits, so they're building up this sentry gun. Lupus has actually spotted it out, though.
It's not a good sentry spot there. The Silentes is actually trying to spam it out, and they actually spam it out from two different sides.
Koss though has to give his life in order to get the sentry. That's a nice reply from Helberg, and here we go. The Kritzkrieg gonna be coming in now from the main. Beta down to 30 HP, but that was more due to the bomb actually, and Kuna gets taken down by Helberg. This is a car crash of a crit, and Lego are so comfortable in their defensive positions, and they just show that once again with a great defense on their last against that Kritzkrieg.
So pretty much what happened there was Silentes went in for the distracting jump, and Koss just got destroyed there trying to make some sort of weird play. But yeah, they just they sent Silentes in to do the initial distraction. They were going to crits in from lower, but they caught wind of this Lego and they didn't focus all their players on taking out Silentes. The distraction did not work, and they actually clamped down every single door and stopped that crits from doing anything. Very well played from Lego.
Do you know what I would have liked in that situation from Lego as well? A vaccinator, just to nullify the crits. How sweet would that have been? Anyway, they do have the Uber charge right now, and they're forced to pop it off from aggression out of Pomo, but they've already lost the frag on Silentes, and here they're going to pick up another frag on Koss, surely. There we go, Lupus pressuring down Dr. Phil only on 11 health, is going to be saved except for a bomb in from Kuna. Kuna can't land this last pipe on Beta though, and he's going to get taken down by Krizzle. It's 4 apiece.
Krizzle versus the world, but Seppu tag teams in and he's trying to help out his buddy now. He's taking out all these players that are just cut off from that doorway. It looked like it was in the fight for Wonderland there. If they just went off the mark just a bit quicker before Seppu could join them now, and now it's just going absolute tatters for Wonderland.
Yeah, Wonderland just in no position to use any of these Uber charges, and they can't get onto Beta every time as well. Silentes, the only person going forward. They need a scout in these Uber charges, in my opinion.
Well, it's been 10 seconds, and Koss is obviously its annual time to die. Koss is really sitting on a high death count here. I feel like the logs aren't going to be pretty for him.
No, absolutely not. They're never pretty for roamers, but for Koss as well, I don't think he's got that many frags to really counteract the amount of deaths he's getting.
He's a premium roamer with these death stats slapping out.
Yeah. Graba dropped down in the previous Uber charge, so this means he doesn't have anything to defend with here as the Uber comes in. Dr. Phil gets the first frag and Lego flooding the point. There's nothing that Wonderland can do there. 3-0 already. This is looking like a whitewash.
They had absolutely no plan for if they just went straight onto the point with that Uber. Actually, Lupus, who went on Pyro, he stayed on the right-hand side, and he helped them go to point. He pushed them towards the point and went, yep, okay, my job is done. And
what
then,
a helpful little Pyro.
Yeah, it's really, it's 7v5 right now in this game, with Lupus helping out Lego here, and now we see another mid being launched, but this time Wonderland are getting a much better share of it now, as they actually haven't dropped a single player throughout this entire mid. It just seems like they were just jumping at the right key time. Just, you know, those moments where you just jump up at random time and you just get the exact timing that you want. That just is what happened with Wonderland on that mid.
It worked out to perfection, but now Kuna is chomping at the bit. He's trying to go into last already, and he shouldn't be. This is going to be a frag for Koss as well. What are they doing? They're just massively overextending. They got a bit too excited that they'd won a mid, and now they're just trying to throw as hard as they possibly can. Kuna's going to be taking it in on a single Uber top right. The Vaccinator plays coming out of Beta here. He's going to be able to pop off another one to keep himself and Krizzle healthy. They're going to be able to negate a lot of this damage, but they have no buffs to fight. Only Beta and Hellberg left alive, and he's trying to get some swings on the point here. This isn't going to work out well, and unfortunately not able to defend against that. I thought that was an odd defense, though, really, from Lego. The previous Uber v non-Uber defenses we've seen, they've been running an off-class, they've been playing passively, they've been trying to get buffed up. I think they just tried something different there, and it didn't quite work for them.
I think they're getting sloppy here, because Beta was actually spent a good, 15 seconds just trying to fight a scout on point, when if he just turned around, healed his scout, that scout could have maybe cleaned up everybody. Koss going for the big ambitious jump. He gets Beta with the big ambitious jump, and now we'll see the response coming out from Wonderland now as they try to clean up, use their healed advantage. Kuna with a big fat buff on him, but Hellberg is coming behind, but he just gets absolutely piped down by Kuna. It just
Dr. Phil is so weak here. He's slinking up though. He's trying to fire the pipes out.
He gets a nice pipe onto Plumber, but again, that medic advantage. You can see that the players are just way too healthy for Wonderland, and they just kind of roll over that mid after that initial pick onto Beta at the very start. This sentry gun spot again coming out from Josh.
Yeah, the sentry gun spot isn't so bad as long as you can cover the entrances that they can spam from. So, Koss actually already knows where the sentry position is.
Just, I think it's only good when it's unpredictable, though. If it's just look, Solentes doesn't even have to look at it. He knows exactly where it is. Probably was called out for Koss, but he just gets spammed out. It just shows that it's not a very good sentry spot. They've actually got Lupus pressuring the point already. He's actually taken out Dr. Phil. They actually have to funnel resources from Lego to kind of keep this up. You'd wonder why the rest of the Wonderland players haven't beaten the rest of Lego, though. It seems
Seppu's doing such a good job at defending there.
What does it mean if Kuna's behind capping that point?
Yeah, Kuna there with the big plays. It was all looking bad for them, but Kuna comes in, gets 2 stickies and camps off the point. Seppu, though, went huge there. Got a frag with his flames onto somebody. I can't exactly remember who. And then a reflect kill onto Solentes. So he'll be kicking himself that his team wasn't able to deal with Kuna at the same time. But the score 2-3. Wonderland coming back into this. They've got a bit of momentum.
Koss made a massive big jump, but actually kind of diverted it and striked himself onto Phil, so that's given the Demoman advantage already for Wonderland, and now Kuna is probably the most dangerous player on Wonderland. Just shows how much the Demoman advantage can help you on that mid.
And this is looking like another dominant mid performance from Wonderland. Kuna and Graba already pressuring really far forwards, but
can you say
out of here. I think so, unless they decide to overextend massively and throw things away. But look at the Ubercharge advantage here. They must know it, because Beta wasn't connected to anybody, only 65%, and this is the right situation for them to be pressuring. Yeah,
they ignore Josh, but they haven't got an answer for Beta in that resupply. They just try to cap out the point straight away, but again, you'd think they would learn that if Kuna can defend the point like that, so can Dr. Phil. And he actually does stay alive for the majority of that. It does get taken out in the end, but it's all okay. That big safety blanket of Beta comes in with his Uber and actually caps it off. Kuna's actually waiting, see if he can get a sly little pick on this river hand side. But he does have to actually quickly back out as quick as he can. But you see Lupus trying to take out Seppu, who was trying to respond to Kuna on that little flank. And now, but he actually does get like counter-slapped by Seppu, and now he gets cleaned
They
up.
can go to last here though. They can go to last and completely avoid Beta and Crizzle. They have to get Toot Sweet back through the riverside area and block this flanking route off. Pomu get taken down.
Yeah,
also looked like he wanted to go in.
Yeah, Pomu showing his inexperience there, gets picked off, and it seems like the communication isn't too key right now for Wonderland. It seemed Pomu wanted to go, but everybody else in Wonderland just wanted to stay. They're building out that Uber, but so is Beta. They're just pretty much sitting on even Ubers right now. Do you think they should have taken that fight?
No, I think that was alright from Wonderland. They pressured Beta and Crizzle to go all the way back to last, and now they have an opportunity to push.
Silente's
Why are they still trying to push?
Oh, they've used the Uber!
Oh, that's so terrible from Graba and Kuna. They should have realised that was a bad idea and just gone back into lobby and held as soon as they had the pocket down. But now the Uber's out of the equation. I don't think they should go for a repush, but they might be tempted. This Wonderland roster seems retardedly aggressive at times.
Beta could have hold on to his Uber there. He was in absolutely no threat. You could tell that was a terrible Uber, but you know, I guess when your eyes just see those shiny people in front of your vision, you just think I need to use my shiny as well.
Yeah. Yeah, there was definitely an opportunity, like you said, for Beta to hold on to that. I don't think the single Uber onto Kuna was going to get anything done. They at least needed a scout in that after the pocket had died, but in my opinion, they shouldn't have been pushing at all. So now Uber's equal at about 75%. They look like they want to go in, non-Uber though. Koss already straight in. They want to play for something. I have no idea what. That was a car crash. Utterly ridiculous push. And now Pom and Grab are the only players alive. I don't know why they pushed without the Uber charge. I don't know what the soldiers were trying to get there. I think that was utterly horrific from everybody on the Wonderland roster.
So, I guess to paint the picture, it looked like Koss wanted to make something happen whilst they were all both building Ubers, because it was just dead time. But maybe Koss shouted something and saying someone was really, really low, so Silentis tried to came in and follow up on that damage, but he just got taken out himself as well. And it was just Graba and a scout left, and the scout during all that got picked off as well.
So they have managed to pick up second off the back of that car crash of a push, but Silentis is coming in here what a nice air shot on Dr. Phil, but all that's going to do is force the Uber charge. They split it a little bit and Silentis is behind, but you only want to be playing behind as a pocket if you think you can get
Everyone's
something
behind,
done.
though. King of Skills is behind. He actually does get taken out by Josh, but he trades his life for that. Silentis went behind, but changed his mind when he, I guess, maybe when he found out that Koss was also behind as well. And he actually saw the scout kind of overextended, and he might as well have been behind. This positioning from Wonderland is very sporadic and confusing.
It's not good here from the Wonderland roster. They've dropped 3 players. They all get the forward spawns though, so they're going to be able to hold second. They're just slowly giving ground up, like 1 point at a time, which isn't so bad. LEGO aren't the kind of team that are really going to try and push 2 points at once with a single Uber charge. They're not that cohesive and aggressive, but they're slowly slipping back to their own last here, Wonderland, and if they want to make proper use of the momentum that they've built up here, getting the last 2 rounds in a row, they need to be trying to turn things around in their own favour.
TikTok, Wonderland, TikTok, you've only got a minute left and you need to make a push. You have to make something happen right now, and that something is going to be a drop-down push. They've gone in, they haven't used the Uber, they see what they can do before, and now they have actually finally have popped off, but Beta's counter-respond with his own Uber, and everyone's very healthy for LEGO. It looks like a very scary fight, but for most of LEGO have actually dropped down to kind of deal with that issue, but it seems like it just didn't matter, even for the positioning.
Yeah, that was a push that Wonderland were forced into, and they tried to make the best of it, but a bad Uber charge there just does not help them out in any way, and it was a sloppily executed push in general. But LEGO do a good job of keeping control of it, keeping their heads in the game, and with only 44 seconds now, it is literally impossible, unless you are TCM Byte, to win this as the Wonderland roster. They're going to be trying though anyway. I would not be surprised if they don't just push out from their own last. They absolutely have to if they want to win this in any way.
Yeah,
but,
and LEGO realised this. They were actually sat outside and making sure they give absolutely no room, no magical play will come out for Wonderland today with LEGO's, well, frankly, smart decision making.
Yep, and with 10 seconds left on the clock, the final score is going to be... Oh no, I'm calling it too early. LEGO are already in. There are 5 seconds left. They're going to take this. Grabber on 99%. He's going to pop up the crits. The crits actually does manage to defend it there with the frag on Hellberg. And the final score 3-2. It wouldn't have changed anything anyway. It would only have been a more resounding victory for LEGO. But there we go. The punters were wrong, or the majority of them were. And the LEGO take the first map. And I've got to favour them for Viaduct as well.
That sweet, sweet revenge. It tastes so delicious. Lego must feel in a really good place right now, and maybe they can carry this momentum into their next map. But you know what I want to see, Sideshow? I want to see some logs.
Yeah, I want to have a look at some logs as well. I'm trying to find them, but I'll talk about the game in general before we have those logs up. If you want to paste me a link as soon as you find them. I thought that Silentes really didn't perform as well as I thought he would on Pocket. Actually, I feel like perhaps he was trying to do a little bit too much, but the whole ethos of Wonderland seems to revolve around giving a lot of the heals to Kuna and just having him as a pipe machine. And I think Silentes just kind of stuck himself into that heal vacuum and didn't understand how best to play Pocket on this roster, which isn't surprising because I don't think there is a way to play Pocket best on this roster. I think the amount of heals they give to Kuna is unjustified, to be honest, and it doesn't quite work out for them most of the time. But they almost came back. Those 2 rounds just at the end, they just had to play a little more aggressively, but they kept messing up their last pushers in particular. So it's a victory for Lego at the end of the day, and now they need to come back on Viaduct. Have you found the logs, TurboTabs?
I think we've been pasted them by, I think it might have been Untitled and Mumble, so you can have a quick glance there. I've got them in front of me though, so we can start breaking down these stats immediately. And the first thing I see, I guess, is... Actually, I don't really want to comment on the logs right now. I just want to tell Koss to calm the fuck down. Because in these games, he's going for all these sort of huge plays, but he just keeps falling out flat. It just...
Yeah.
If he just goes for that, maybe that bit solid play, just like try and be that presence on the flank and just, just calm down a bit with the plays. Because it seems like Silentes wants to go for a few plays himself as well. Maybe frustrated with how much Koss is kind of failing with his little plays. But I digress. Let's go back to the logs. Let's have a quick look. And we see Kuna with the top damage, even though they did lose that map. Kuna with a big, healthy... Pretty much, it might as well be a 12k. It is 11.9k, but it's 12k in my book. So very good damage, showing that maybe all that heals on the demo man isn't such a bad thing after all. And Silentes actually backing up his squad, but he was actually the next person down with 4k damage difference. He only did a mere like 8-9k damage behind his demo man.
Yeah, the thing that jumps out to me is that Kuna's got a ridiculous amount of frags, right? He's got 36 kills, which is the same amount as Seppu on the opposing teams. But the way that Lego are playing is that the 2 scouts have got most of the kills. And it's so odd to have your demo man finishing off the frags. It doesn't make any sense because the demo man doesn't have this finishing ability. You can't do like guaranteed damage, and he can't do small amounts of damage. You either hit somebody for 40 with a sticky or 100 with a pipe, or you miss them completely. So for him to get the maximum amount of kills just suggests to me that the rest of their players just aren't stepping up. And the amount of damage he's got is good, but when you look at the amount of heals that Kuna's taken, he's taken more than anybody else on his team. He's taken 28% of the heals. He's pushed Silentes down to just below him on 27%, and their scouts are getting a reasonable amount, but it's mostly the soldiers that are suffering. And if you look at the soldiers' deaths, Silentes on 25 deaths and Koss on 28. For a game that really wasn't that high deaths in general, the average amount of deaths being around like 19 or 20, for Koss and Silentes, both of the soldiers, to be dying almost once a minute in a game that really wasn't that fast flowing is just going to hurt them so much. And it's not like their scouts are really stepping up to the plate to fill in for that hole in the team. Lupus has gone 13 for 23 with 142 DPM. I mean, that's just unacceptable, really. Like, you need the finishing ability of your scouts if you're going to pump that many heals into your dumber man to do damage. And just the makeup of this team baffles me at times. It really doesn't make sense. So as we look towards Viaduct, if they can play a similar style where they pump a lot of heals into Kuna, but Lupus and Pom can step up their play and take more heals, Silentes and Koss, if they both run gunboats and kind of play the same style that they have done, it'll definitely work out better for them on a Koth map like Viaduct than it does on a 5CP map like Gully Wash. But I still feel like the way that Wonderland actually plays TF2 needs to be re-evaluated because it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, but you need to realise that wasn't even Lego's final form, Sideshow. This is Viaduct, and you know what that means. Lego are going to be running that sniper, that Hellberg sniper that is probably the most shining example of good play from them is how well they probably work around that sniper and what they can get done with it. And with Viaduct, quite a potent map for sniper as well. It's going to be, I think, a bloodbath.
Yeah, it could well be. I mean, the thing that'll do to them is that they'll be running with one less scout, which is kind of the meta for Viaduct for a while now. In the top scene has been that if you want to run a sniper, you run one of your soldiers on sniper, or if you
get your soldier onto the scout position.
If you're running Hellberg on the sniper class, to put one of your soldiers then back onto scout. But we'll see what they're doing. It seems like on this first mid, as we have gone live with this ETF2L Season 21 game between LEGO and Wonderland. This is the second map. Wonderland actually lost the first one 3-2. Let's see if they can come back here. There's the bomb in from Silentis to take down Beta. This is going to cue the aggression out of LEGO here. They've managed to pick up 3 frags, replied with a frag onto Graba, but it's only Dr. Phil left alive. He's on 77 health. Instantly going to get taken out though from the aggression out of Lupus. Kuna managed to survive that on very low health as well. But here we see the stupid aggression coming out of Kos. He's hiding forward. His team have got the point. That means he has terrible spawns. Unless he manages to literally pick the medic here,
unless he gets it, he's a fucking genius.
If he gets the...
He's going... Oh no, they're going the other way. He's realised this though, Kos.
It's a risk that you don't want to take, in my opinion.
Yeah, but let's have a look at the Kos adventures. He's behind, he's jumped in, but he's just trying to desperately catch up to Beta. He actually does find him, he does take him out. We should completely redeem actually Kos from all his sins, as that play did work out in the end, and Graba holds on to his life. Or will he? Now you see the response coming out from Hellberg and Dr. Phil. It kind of makes you wonder if they had that soldier, would they have kept Graba alive as well instead of just trading medics?
They've managed to hold on to the point though, and so the time's ticked down. They're going to be able to hold on to it here for about a minute's time by the time LEGO managed to cap this off. LEGO get better spawns, and so that fight really worked out well for them. Even though they actually kind of lost it,
yes.
There were more Wonderland players at the end. They're able to get the faster spawns, and so they're able to take this point. Now they have to play passive, which is something that LEGO love doing. They get the frag onto Pom here, and they should be playing stupidly aggressive Wonderland. This is your opportunity. This is where you have an excuse to play stupidly aggressive, and Hellberg is going to be trying to punish that aggression on the sniper on the cliff. He's got Silentis down to 8 HP. What a bite there onto Lupus from Dr. Phil, but it is going to be Wonderland regaining control of the point.
Man, that was just like a really strange fight. It seems like Wonderland were just terrified of that sniper, and they just wanted to greedily cap out that point as much as possible. You'd think LEGO would kind of punish that play, because they were very low capping that point. And oh wow, that clutch save from Beta to keep Crizzle alive. The pipes from Kuna just cannot, puncture that invincibility coming out from the Uber. So we do see LEGO still holding on to that point, but still a very strange cap coming out from Wonderland there. You'd think they would kind of force the issue, kind of go full aggressive mode, especially with that sniper on the LEGO squad now. You actually see a pick coming out from Josh. I don't know what he was trying to do, maybe force out the medic there, but it didn't work out. Graba's still quite healthy, and now they're actually getting a point 4-3. Hasn't cost them lickety squat.
But it's going to. Lupus and Silentis going forwards here, and Kuna, and Dr. Phil's gone in for the big bomb. Whoa! Dr. Phil finds himself right in the middle of enemy territory there, gonna get taken down with no backup whatsoever. But Wonderland are playing too aggressively when they don't have the point. Like, look at all these players who are forward. If LEGO realise that they're doing this and just choose to pick off these players, they're gonna have such long spawns, and it's gonna be such a pain in the neck for Wonderland to be able to deal with them, because when you have the point here, your spawns, they're really long. So if you're going to play aggressively like Kos is doing here, and you end up getting taken out, you put your team at such a disadvantage. It's just not worth it. It's very high risk for not very high reward. Silentis as well getting pressured on this health kit. He's going to get taken down. That's a super long spawn for him compared to the spawns coming out of the LEGO squad. And they have they're going to be playing onto this point. They get the force out of Graba as well, so this is going to be a much better Uber coming out of LEGO. This is looking good for the LEGO squad, but they need to. They're down on time here. There goes the frag onto Graba. They're going to get all of these other frags. Now they come back to cap the point, but here comes Kos. He's in. He's onto the Beta. Ooh, just whiffs that last one there.
Oh, wow.
The skill stick.
Oh man, that was like a keepy uppy. Kind of launched him into the air, air shot him, and then kind of pulled out the stick and like bashed him in the end, all before he hit the ground. Very, very stylish coming out from Silentis. But this isn't Devil May Cry. Style points don't mean nothing if you don't have that mid point.
Yeah, Beta with the 30% advantage, and Kos is going to be working his way around the side to try and get that out of him. Meanwhile, the aggression coming in from Kuna and Silentes. The frags traded there for Seppu and Kos, but Beta's got the super advantage, and they're going to be playing with it as soon as they get it. Oh, there goes Dr. Phil, though. Overextending, trying to get damage out on the point when they don't need to. They just need this Uber charge here, and here comes the Uber out of Beta and Crizzle. They need to find the frag onto Graba, who's playing
this is a really bad Uber. Crizzle cannot just gain enough ground, and Graba's in such a nice position, and his team is centered around him so much that they can just kite him so easily. But they actually have got some point presence, but hopefully Wonderland, if they've got any salt in their team, they should like punish this so severely. And now the Uber does finally come out, but again, deja vu, as it happens again. They just kind of kite, this time they kite Wonderland round, and they're just trading points like this left, right and centre. It seems like both teams just play too passively when they should be going aggressive, and then when they have gone aggressive, they just get out-passived by the other team.
Yeah, at the moment 4v4, the spawns in favour of the Lego roster, but they need to get some time on the point. Only 5 seconds remaining here, and Pom is still pressuring around it. He's going to try and see if he can get a frag here. Oh no, he eats a pipe from Dr. Phil, and Hellberg gets taken out by Lupus. I thought Hellberg was going to get the frag there, but again, overextending when he has the point, and he's going to put his team in a disadvantage. Here, look, 10 seconds until he respawns. That's 10 seconds for them to try and get the Uber out of Beta.
I think Pomu could have linked up with Lupus there, kind of made like a dual play rather than just going in by himself. But now you see Silentes actually going in by himself. He actually does get the force out of Beta, so that's very nice going for Wonderland. But they have dropped some players on the flank during the midst of all this. King of Squirrels even proclaiming nice shot to Josh. And now we see Lupus.
He's going to get the frag on Dr. Phil. He was kind of stuck in on that cliff area, and the Uber's going to be coming in on the opposite side as well.
Wow, he's completely duped them whatsoever. He's gone round for the big flankerino, and he actually gets Beta on that. He's completely pulled the wool over Hellberg's eyes, and now there's an Uber for Graba ready to claim the rest of these cleanup kills for Wonderland. That was a great play by Lupus.
There we go, Lupus redeeming himself, and the first round going in favour of Wonderland. They've managed to pull it back here with some better Ubers, frankly, and Lego not playing aggressively enough when they don't have control of the point. They really haven't tried this sniper on Hellberg very much in the first round, but that's what they're going to be rolling out to this next middle. He's going to be rolling up to Cliff, and we'll see what he can deliver.
Alright, we see Silentes immediately bombing in. He's decided to go on to Beta, but Beta actually goes down to the roller of Kuna. Oh, sad news. And now we'll see what sort of response that Lego will give up. Maybe they can actually, they do take out Graba. They'll see if they can get any other sort of constellation kills. But Lupus, with his full health remaining, is still alive, and Hellberg does actually get taken out. The Hellberg sniper just not feeling the pressure, I suppose. I mean, the Hellberg not giving out that pressure.
Yeah, they played very aggressively there, and they were kind of unlucky for Beta to go down so early, and then they didn't really have the response. With Hellberg on Sniper, it's not really a class that you can play aggressively with as such, and he didn't hit any of his shots, and it just didn't go that way, so they're going to come back out with him on Scout here. They should be playing aggressively now. They should be trying to get into Wonderland's face while they have these better spawns. They should be trying to get the frags specifically onto Graba as well.
Oh,
they've managed to trade 2 for 2. This is good for Lego.
Yeah, trades are good when it comes to Viaduct, as you do have that respawn advantage, but you see the big King of Squirrels bomb. It doesn't actually, but again, deja vu. The pipe, the roller takes out Beta yet again. These pipes are just magnetic towards the Beta medic.
Here goes Dr. Phil. He's in for the big bomb. He's trying to hit a pipe onto Graba here, and Hellberg's pressuring as well. Hellberg gets the... No, actually, Dr. Phil with the roller. These medics just not avoiding the rollers. It's they're just walking onto them after they've taken so much damage from everybody else.
You know, when you're dodging as a medic, you just sporadically move on the same spot, but it doesn't matter for a roller. A roller doesn't care if you like sporadically move on the same spot. So it's just really a conflict of interest of what the medic should do. It's either get taken out by the scout or get taken out by the roller. It just comes down to luck, I think.
And here we go. Lego are going to be able to take the point very easily. And now they have to... What? Kos coming in from behind? Hello?
And he actually gets Josh as well?
That was a great play by Kos. I think he was hiding behind again, and it's working out against Lego. He's been able to get onto Beta every time he's made one of these silly Roma plays.
Silentes there taking out Seppu, actually taken out by Pomu cleaning up, but Yeah, it seems that Hellberg is behind though, and Graba is very low. Oh, he's oh so low. The soldier's jumping in, but he just doesn't have the rocket ready for Graba, and he does pick up the health pack. All that effort lost.
So Wonderland going to be able to pick up the point and start the timer ticking down. They do have an advantage in that time, and Hellberg's going to be running sniper. This is an opportunity here for them to try and sack some players in and get the Uber out of Graba. They need to get players forward, they need to get them healthy, and then they need to all go all at the same time. That's the way to do an effective suicide push on Viaduct. They missed the air shot there on Koss just by the skin of his teeth. He manages to escape. But they're taking so long. They're actually just choosing to get up the Uber charge instead. And this is the kind of aggression that is not going to work out for them. Actually, Graba's gone down really weak, and Hellberg's managed to pick up a frag onto the pocket. This could work out well here for Lego.
Yeah, but Hellberg is just not quite positioned right. It's really difficult to kind of like move your sniper around to get that position that he needs to take out the medic. But it just takes so long, and during all this, I guess they can kind of build the Uber during all of that, but it kind of makes you wonder if maybe they should have just suicided in, and that would have been a lot more effective. The Ubers do get traded out. Graba has actually shown some presence onto the point, but where's the rest of his team? It's just Kuna up by himself, and they've completely stickied up the point, and now they're just capping it now. There's just no point presence. Hellberg has finally found that shot after like a good 2 minutes of passing. In the end, Lupus gets behind and gets taken out by Hellberg. It seems like the final form has activated for Lego, and now Silentes goes in for an ambitious bomb, but Kuna with the silver crux onto Lego. They're trying to take out as many players as he can, with Dr. Phil showing he's much of a pipe lord as Kuna, at least in these very moments.
Yeah, there we go. So the pipe's coming out from both of the demo men, but the end result is that Beta stays alive, and he's going to have the Uber charge up to defend this point. They do have a deficit of about 30 seconds right now, but this is the opportunity for Wonderland to get some forces out. This is where they should be going aggressive and trying to get the force out of Beta. There we go. Now Graba needs to escape, but he's committed. Why is he committed when they know he has an Uber charge? This is the situation that it should be in. He should be building with a scout in the spawn and send the other 4 players forward to force Beta. It's kind of ridiculous. They've actually made the fight work out just due to the fact that they have the spawn advantage, but it's a really odd decision to go for that instead of the force play.
Yeah, and it's just all it's done is just wasted more and more precious time, and I just don't know.
Yeah, they've actually made it work, really, because Lego's Uber was so terrible. I mean, in theory, Lego should have been able to wipe them completely, but Lego actually lost the fight even though they used their Uber, which is just ridiculous. Like, it should never happen like that. The Ubers coming out of Lego have just been terrible on this map at the moment, and at the moment they're trying to take this non-Uber v non-Uber fight, but it's actually completely even at the moment, 4 apiece, but Wonderland are going to be getting the slower spawns here, so it's going to favour Lego in the long run. 2 up for Wonderland here, Graba and Kuna, but they need to get this frag onto Graba. That should be their focus, not capping the point off.
Well, they did cap the point in the end, and it seems like they just want to give it to them, Wonderland. I don't know why they just aren't heavily punishing them, because it's very disjointed, all this activity coming out from Lego. They only cap things like one at a time. There's no space being made. A player will just get very greedy and think like, oh, maybe I can just, steal some of this cap points. But
they've actually Ubered on the point. That's a debatable decision, because now it's going to run out, and they've still got time to use this overtime on the point to frag things. But no, the Uber out of Graba just prevents a drop, and they are going to be able to hold on to this 2-0, the score in favour of Wonderland. And it's obvious what's going wrong with Lego from a spectator's point of view, but can they see it? It seems like their answer to these problems is just to run Hellberg on Sniper and hope he hits some things.
Yeah, Hellberg hasn't really impressed me so far. He kind of showed a glimpse of what his potential can be, and can we just, give credit to Silentes? He's really picked up his game from the last game, and these bombs now are working much better. It seems like if they send in Silentes, he gets something done, whilst if they send in Koss just, runs just shy of getting something happening, at least when it concerns the medic.
Yeah, the situation right now is that Hellberg's respawned on Sniper, and they're going to be playing a little bit passive. They should all be behind the point, ideally, here, waiting to bait the aggression in. Silentes just getting...
just after I sung his praises, he makes a bomb like that.
There goes Kuna though. There goes Kuna, and that's the heel sink for the most of Wonderland. Silenta's going to be going behind to try and get the frag onto Hellberg there, but realizes that there's no way he's going to be able to get that super passive sniper, and instead perhaps going to give them a free pick.
Yeah, Silenta's still behind. Phil's trying to deal with him, but he's in such a horrible... Oh wow, what a nice pipe from Phil. He actually cleans him up. Okay, very admirable play from Phil there, but during all this like dealing with Silenta has done his job. He's created such a fuss, such a distraction that the rest of Wonderland just come in with their respawners. They just don't have an answer, I guess, for when Silenta does go behind. They don't have that immediate person to kind of take up that mantle and take Silenta out. Koss going for the big ambitious like skill stick, like dive, Assassin's Creed dive, jump onto him, but he just gets shot out into the air like they're playing duck hunt.
Hellberg still running the sniper, is going to be moving up here on that left hand side, aiming to get control over Cliff, and here's a big bomb in from Silenta, again finding his target onto Beta, dodging the air pipe there from Dr. Phil as well, and going to come back in to pick off the frag on Josh. Nice play there by Silenta, great stuff. They do have the Ubercharge advantage here, but Graba's been forced by Dr. Phil. That was a nice sticky right at the feet of Graba, and a perfectly timed pop, otherwise that would have definitely been a drop there. But you've got to feel like the people just aren't pocketing properly. Graba was in a position that he never should have been in, not surrounded by any scouts, not even with a soldier to comfort him in his time of crisis.
What do you think about Wonderland's like strat with like keeping everybody behind but leaving one soldier to see if he can like make that force happen? Do you think
I think that's no, I think that's good play. I think trying to get the force out of an aggressive team when they're trying to push in and get the point is a good play. The problem I have is that they're not leaving anybody with the medic. They're not leaving Pom or Lupus to pocket the medic, and you should have 2 pocket scouts on this map in my opinion. Beta's got an Uber advantage now, and they're moving in over that undefended right hand side. From their perspective, they're going to try and get onto Graba here, but Graba's about 5 seconds away from his Uber charge, so if they can delay Lego for a little bit, they'll have that Uber. It's popped out of Beta. They're moving forward. Graba on the cliff, 99%, 100, and he's going to be moving forward here. This looks like a much better Uber coming out of Wonderland.
Okay, and the Uber does come out, and they actually have delayed more of Lego's time. Maybe they can reset all their players, but they are going to get those respawners just a shy bit quicker than Wonderland did, and now they're deciding to go for the repush as they should be doing. Lego going in now, but you see the Wonderland counter initiation slapping out. It seems like rather than protect each of their own medics, they're just going to throw in all their classes and just see who comes out on top, and we'll see towards the end of the skirmish that Lego actually do come out on top. And you say they're too passive.
Yeah, there we go. There's some nice aggression coming out of them. The Uber charges end up being equalized, and the time though, the time is what's being played really well here by Wonderland. They're able to just play the point much more effectively. They're a minute in the lead here on this, which could possibly be the final round. Oh, Kuna! Bossed up in the air, and I think Phil was about to hit that air pipe before it was stolen by Hellberg. And they're just still fighting it out. Koss comes in for a big frag onto Crizzle. Manages to take out Dr. Phil as well, coming in for the skill stick, but can't quite manage it. Beta having to take things into his own hands to defend himself there.
Yeah, it just seems Koss striked exactly when the iron was hot, and Hellberg was just too forward to kind of keep tabs on his medic and defend him. It seems that the scouts, whilst Hellberg, the scout play, it is pretty good. It is kind of winning out and getting these initial picks, like the pick onto Kuna. They really need to start striving to protecting their medic. It seems both teams are, maybe less so Wonderlanders, keep dropping their medic through all these sort of little shenanigans.
Yeah, Koss and Silenta are just having a field day here, getting onto Beta whenever they like, and this Uber charge as well. The Uber charges from Lego have just been horrific the entire map, and Beta, desperately trying to escape, has actually wiggled his way out, but does get picked up. Only 5 seconds left on the point, and this is not looking good. Dr. Phil's going to have to come out with some magic, or Seppu is somebody. No. There we go, 3-0 the score, and that's a whitewash. Lego just not playing the map effectively whatsoever.
Well, clearly I know nothing about TF2, because Wonderland just pull out the victory on Viaduct, as I expected them to really struggle on, but meanwhile Lego pull out the victory on Gullywash, which I expected them to really struggle on. So
I think, as I said before though, that this was a really unpredictable fixture. If Lego had sorted out what they were doing on especially with their Uber fights and the way that they were playing the spawn timers on Viaduct, they could have definitely won it because I think they have the DM advantage, but they kind of let Lupus get away with a lot. If we have a look at the log here, actually, of the Viaduct game, it seems like Lupus, for once, had a pretty good match.
Yeah, I did say that if this is the time that Lupus is going to... Oh, okay. Yeah, I think it would be the time that Lupus would kind of show his skill, because it's kind of like both teams are on equal footing, so it goes to show like how much he can get away. Maybe he's just like one of those players that if he gets outmatched by another team, it really strikes him hard to kind of, you know, his play style of just kind of going in there and just getting these scrappy fights.
Yeah, the damage and the kills coming out of Lupus were really good. 27 for 12 with 350 damage per minute. That's a really good scout play on the map. Pom struggling, 16 for 16 with the lowest damage numbers apart from Crizzle, but I felt like it really wasn't personal performance that actually won it here for Wonderland. They just played the map a lot better than played the map and played the Uber charges a lot better than their counterparts in Lego. And Salentus again stepping his game up. Kos was getting onto the medic every time, as well as Salentus with some great bombs, and Beta was just having a horrific game there. 11 deaths for Beta, and both of their soldiers just completely sucking out. 10 for 17 on his pocket Crizzle and 14 for 17 on Josh, and it just wasn't working for them. Whatever they tried, they couldn't get some good Uber charges. They weren't playing the point effectively when they didn't have it, and they weren't playing passively enough when they did have it. So I think the Lego play style is possibly not optimized for... Another thing as well is that Hellberg really wasn't hitting his shots very effectively when he played Sniper. He went 5 for 6, he played 7 minutes of it and just had pretty much zero impact, which is unusual really. He could have swayed the tide of that map, but not today it appears, and the final score in terms of ETF2L points is going to be 3-3. That means nobody gets a payout on Saloon as well.
At least I called the draw. That's something.
Absolutely, yeah, we both called the draw, so I think it was a bit of an unpredictable fixture, but we'll get in some of the team members, I think, for interviews to see how they felt about the game and how they feel about the rest of the fixtures coming forwards. We are joined by Kos. I'm going to grab Graba as well, and I'm going to grab Lupus just because we have to let him gloat about this game on Viaduct, surely. after the 9 for 27 fiasco.
It's going to be one of his few games.
Absolutely. Oops, I dragged him into the wrong channel. There we go. Hello, guys. So we're joined by Graba, the medic for Wonderland, Kos, the roaming soldier, and Lupus, the wonder scout for Wonderland.
Dribbler.
Yeah, wonder dribbler.
The wonder dribbler. So first of all, since we don't have anybody from Lego here and they've declined to comment, I want to ask you first about the first map that you actually lost. How do you feel about what happened on Gully Wash?
The first 20 minutes we played weird for some reason, and then for the last 10 minutes we went, right, stop fucking about, just do what we normally do, and we started winning rounds.
Can you define weird?
How we were playing the first? Too passive, I don't know. We were trying to counter Lego's notorious never push playstyle by not pushing, I guess. And I just don't feel like we were aggressive enough, and then I don't know, it just felt off. We were not playing like we normally do.
So after that Gully Wash result and going into Viaduct, how did you feel after initially losing that? Did you feel nervous about Viaduct, or?
No, because like I said, the last 10 minutes or so, we played like we normally do, and it went well, so we said, right, just keep on doing what we're doing, play like we normally do, play aggressive, and, you know, two soldiers jumping in, that kind of thing, and it obviously worked.
Before, yes.
Sorry, no. You go, TurboTabs. You go.
All right. Before the match started, the official start, when you went into like seeing that you were playing them on Gully Wash and Viaduct, what were you more scared of, their Gully Wash or their Viaduct?
I think we were pretty afraid of the sniping Hellberg, and that's something that we were a bit predicting, but he didn't really snipe that much, so
we were prepared for it.
Yeah.
So what you were saying was that Viaduct seemed like the scarier option.
I think we were more confident about Graba.
Well, they're both like sniper-friendly maps.
Yeah, like I think Lego changed their playstyle, and that's what lost us, because we were pretty much prepared for them parking the bus on every point.
See?
I kind of jinxed it at the beginning, saying, guys, they might have they might actually go aggressive on mids now.
See, Sideshow, my prediction of Lego on Viaduct wasn't completely up in the air.
No, absolutely not. You were as wrong as Wonderland were.
I was more worried about Viaduct because we were absolutely shocking at Viaduct the first few times that we played it. Like, no one seemed to have any idea what they were doing. Then we just, went through the basics and it was fine.
Well, you did win the Viaduct match, and quite convincingly as well. Do you think it just all clicked for your team, or were you just disappointed by Lego?
It was clicking, honestly.
Well, no, they were a bit underwhelming as well. Like, I just jumped around as much as I possibly could, and
yeah, you don't have to say we've noticed.
Like, I didn't even fucking shoot at anyone, but they just loved to look at me jumping around. So it worked for us. We just made a lot of space. And I was kind of like had in the back of my mind to harass Hellberg, because I knew he'd be sniping, and like make sure that he's not just has completely free reign over our team. But I kind of forgot about him, to be honest. He didn't really seem to turn on.
Let's just be honest. Kuna did 40% of the damage each game from our team.
Yeah, Kuna kind of went ham.
So, what is your opinion on all these heals on your demo man rather than like your pocket soldier? Do you think like this is the play style, this is the way to play TF2, or is it just really?
It's not, but the game is like Kuna just keeps on saying medic, 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 heal me, heal me. So if it works, then I'm just doing this.
We're kind of playing around Kuna by doing it.
Yeah, it's really hard to keep everyone buffed though. Like everyone is taking damage and Kuna wants heals, but I'm trying.
Speaking of another member on your team, Pomu made his debut this game. How did you think he did across both maps?
Good.
Yeah, we told him to play more passive, so you can't really accept any like crazy damage numbers. He did his job.
Yeah.
Will we be seeing more Pomu?
Yeah.
Yep.
It's our main now, as Quad is pretty unreliable so far. He has
said that, then Quad went online.
Yeah, he's just online, but we didn't expect Quad this time. It's like he's go-karting regularly, and yeah, he's
what? Sorry, he's go-karting.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. That's why he quit the first time.
Is that a euphemism?
No.
How do you not know about him go-karting? That's
How
why he quit
would I
the first
possibly
time.
know about Quad going go-karting?
Because
what, is he a
that's like
professional
the thing he
go-karter?
does.
Every time he goes, oh yeah, let's play in Prem, be really keen, blah blah blah. He goes, oh no, wait, I really like go-karting now.
What do you mean by go-karting? I'm not.
Like he
sorry, I don't
go-karts,
understand.
like
He drives
professionally.
clown cars.
Okay.
You know
Which
what, like
basically-
Formula One kids do before they're Formula
Yeah,
One
yeah,
drivers? Yeah, that thing.
Wow.
Like not like
okay.
a little, I don't know,
Yeah.
Mario Kart game.
Didn't you see his avatar? It's actually him, I think.
Yes.
Oh, is it him in a go-kart?
Probably.
Fantastic. I didn't realise that. Okay, so when he posts something in chat like, please hurry, I have go-karting in 20 minutes, he's not just trolling, he's actually serious.
That's
Wait, like go-karting.
It's some pretty late go-karting. I thought go-karting would be more like midday.
Daytime activity as far as I know.
Yeah, you don't want to be go-karting in the dark.
Yeah,
He's really
Well,
good.
maybe he's a professional.
Yeah.
he's winning some tournaments, and it's not like he's go-karting at evenings.
Maybe it's like Fast and Furious. It's like illegal go-karting, and he has to do it at night.
Street go-karting.
Yeah, he likes speed. That's why he's playing Scout as well.
Yeah, I guess. Well, how are you feeling then going forwards? Of course, Lego won was that their first points of the season? And I think...
yeah, ours too.
Yeah, your first points of the season. Are you anticipating getting any other points?
Yes.
We should at least get some points off Danger Dogs.
And
You think you can-
Phoenix.
Or
You
Phoenix.
can try.
Do you feel like you can take points off them, or do you feel like you can take like maps or fix the whole fixture? How confident do you feel against the low prem teams?
I don't know what maps we're playing. Hold on.
It really depends, because apparently our officials are better than scrims few times, so we can't really judge on that much.
Yeah, but we've beaten Danger Dogs in scrims.
Is there no inflation? Do you ever go like, oh, if we beat them on PCW, we could definitely smash these kids in an official?
No, it's not like this. I don't think it's like this.
We played better in officials normally.
Yeah. Including the first 15-20 minutes of Gully. Everybody was really confused to what's going on. Was
just
Legends?
So why
are you pushing a lane?
We've got Danger Dogs on Viaduct and Process. I don't think we've even played Process yet, but we should take them on Viaduct.
You feel confident against Danger Dogs on a map like Viaduct?
Yeah.
You feel like Lupus and Pom can step up to the skill level of Scrab and Sheepy?
Ooh, that's some pretty high demand.
Ross is being sarcastic.
The question is if Spat can reach the level of Kuna. That's the question.
Well, maybe if Spud took 90% heals, he might be able to. I'm not sure.
Hey, he's taking only 37.
Only 37%. Yeah, that's a relatively normal amount for a demo man. That's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Especially with this new patch, that makes the demo man really strong.
Honestly, only on COT, on Viaduct, he takes this much because he's literally the impregnable wall of the team. Like, he just hits everything.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like he took the most heals on Gully Wash either.
Look, he did 2k damage more with pipes than
28 with 27.
Yeah, completely reasonable. Yeah, well, you know, if it's working out for you guys, then fair play. You good luck for the rest of the season, I guess. But do you have any further questions, TurboTabs, or should we wrap it up and get these scrubs off the air?
I do kind of wonder where Wanzu went.
He's traveling.
So he'll be back next week?
Yeah, he will.
Alright, yeah, I think that's... I'm all done in this Sideshow.
Any shout-outs before we leave?
Shout-outs to Lego, especially Seppu, greatest ever. And shout-out to Sideshow and... Sorry, TurboTabs.
Wow, I was going to say, thanks, Lupus.
You sound like Ryushi.
Well...
Also, there's a par.
Yeah. Of course, you want a shout out.
Let me think. Shout out to Sideshow for killing the Aogale land dream.
Delve more. What was this dream exactly?
There was no dream.
It was a one-man dream, I'm not gonna lie.
I think Cos just wanted to play a LAN with an Aogale roster. Like with, I don't know, with Perm, I guess, or some other of the normal Aogale yobs. But the dream is quite firmly dead, and I'm not going to be the one to revive it.
No.
He's been hurt before, not again.
What happened with Dogs and Zizzy? 5050.
Yeah, not a single round. Well, 5030, I guess. Were they playing on Gully Washers? Gully Washer Viaduct?
Yeah, it'll be the same maps. Same meet.
Yeah, so no rounds won for Dogs.tf in that fixture, but I think that was completely that was completely predictable, really, wasn't it? So there we go. Thanks for watching. This has been Team Fortress TV. We'll be back with more ETF2L Premiership action sometime later. I think the next game is going to be on Sunday, where I'm casting alongside Mike, and we're watching Reason Gaming taking on The Last Resort, which is the first actually really good game of season 21. So make sure you catch it. No offense to to Lego or Wonderland.
Thanks for playing, Lupus, Cos, and Graba.
Yeah.
But the real game starts next week. Well, Sunday.
So catch us
real Prem players.
Absolutely. See you guys. Thanks for watching.
Yeah. See ya.